Hey Geek, so let's talk about Star Wars. Specifically, which one is the best Star Wars in my opinion. Now, before we get into that, let's go ahead and talk about the whole Star Wars history and kind of like my experiences with it. So right here, I have the Star Wars Trilogy DVD set from 2004. Unfortunately, this set is based upon the 1997 special edition of Star Wars, which added a lot of things, specifically CG, which altered the original. And when it comes to the original, well, that's really hard to get because I did used to have the 1995 THX widescreen VHS edition, which was based upon the 1993 Laserdisc, and that was basically the original, but it did have changes in terms of improvements to the audio, to the picture quality, and so forth. So even though it is the original, it's not truly the original. And even if you go back to the 1985 release of the Star Wars trilogy, they did make some changes for the audio mix. And then prior to that was the last release theatrically of Star Wars, which was Return of the Jedi. So as you can see here, these are the DVD editions. So here's Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and there was some bonus material. So this box set, even though it's not the original or theatrical versions, I think this was really awesome, and I definitely love the cover on this. There's Darth Vader here, and then on the other side you had the original embossing of the movie poster from the Star Wars New Hope. And eventually I will get the limited DVD edition, which has the theatrical version, at least the theatrical versions that were available on the Laserdisc, and then the subsequent VHS tapes. And so those were like the definitive editions. So still not the original, but I don't know of many places that you could get the original unedited versions. Now, with that being said, I love the entire original Star Wars trilogy. Best of all time, end of story. So when it comes to like picking which one I thought was my favorite, this was really difficult because with each one of these movies, there's something that I absolutely love about them that, you know, you don't really get with every single movie, okay? There's just something special about each one, and that makes it super hard. Like, for example, for, you know, A New Hope, this is just an awesome origin story, you know, with somebody who wants to escape Tatooine, you know, with Luke Skywalker being introduced to him, this whole world of Star Wars, the Empire, Darth Vader, Princess Leia, Han Solo, C-3PO, R2-D2. There's so much stuff here, and well, I love that for the fact that it is a really wonderful origin story for the entire Star Wars universe. And then when it comes to Empire Strikes Back, this is definitely a darker, more serious tone. Things were looking really bad, and then you really saw how powerful the Empire was. And then specifically with Darth Vader, you know, and the revelation that we see in Empire Strikes Back with him and Luke Skywalker. Really great stuff. And then Return of the Jedi, which pretty much put everything together, and you just have an extravaganza of battles, and you had Ewoks. And so whenever you consider all of those, it makes it super difficult to say which one out of these three is my best and my favorite overall. And so my favorite Star Wars film is Return of the Jedi. And so the reason why I chose this one is because it has everything that I loved about the previous Star Wars film, but it takes the level of spectacle and action to a whole nother level. Whether you're talking about the battle in Endor, where we have Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the Ewoks fighting against AT-T walkers and Imperial soldiers, or you're talking about the absolutely amazing space battle with Lando Calrissian, Admiral Akbar, and the Rebel fighters going against the Empire and the TIE fighters, or if you're talking about the last climactic lightsaber battle with Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and also Emperor Palpatine. All of it is just absolutely incredible, and by the end of this film, with the destruction of the second Death Star, I was also satisfied, and I could definitely say that was the best Star Wars film that I've seen, and it just ended an amazing trilogy that I just couldn't wait to go watch again. So that is why Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars film, but as I said earlier, Star Wars as a whole, the entire original trilogy, is basically my favorite series of film of all time. And if you haven't seen it, well, I highly recommend that you watch it, and more than likely you're gonna fall in love with it just like me and millions of many other people. So if you actually had any thoughts on Star Wars, or which one is your favorite Star Wars film, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see my sci-fi film and show reviews, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below as well. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.